Once again, a very warm welcome to today's session, How Training Providers Scale AI Cohorts Across APAC Without Quality Drop. We are excited to have training leaders and academic partners and indie professionals from across the region joining us today. As AI adoption accelerates across APAC, training providers are under pressure to scale faster than ever without compromising learning quality, outcomes, and learner experience. That's exactly what we'll unpack today. We'll begin in just a minute as more participants join in. Meanwhile, I will request you guys to feel free to drop in your questions from whenever you have any your doubts in the chat box or in the Q&A box. We'll be happy to answer them towards the end. Also, a few quick housekeeping notes for you guys. The recording of the session and your participation certificates would be shared with you post session. Feel free to engage with us through chat box and we'll be very happy to assist. Moving on, today, we are joined by two fantastic speakers from AI Certs, an organization working globally with training providers and enterprises to scale AI learning programs. First, we have Rahul Srivastav, Strategy Director at AI Certs. Rahul brings deep experience in building scalable learning ecosystems, partnerships, and go to market strategies for AI education across global markets. He works closely with training providers and institutions to help them launch and scale AI programs while maintaining strong learning outcomes. We are also joined by Afreen Hashmi, Senior Account Manager at AI Certs. Afreen has a strong background in driving B2B growth and building long term client partnerships. She specializes in understanding client needs and delivering tailored solutions aligned with strategic objectives. Her expertise in account management and client success plays a key role in helping training partners expand their reach while maintaining quality delivery. We are excited to hear their insights today. Rahul and Afreen, over to you.
Thank you so much. Welcome to the webinar, each and every one of you. So, a very warm welcome and thank you for joining us on a Friday morning. Of course, I can see people joining from South Korea to people joining in from Jakarta and of course other parts of the world. So majority of it today we are going to cover the skills that are becoming obsolete due to the caggering of AI at more than 40% in few regions, and then of course averaging at about 20-25%, where we have not seen any industry scaling and growing at that pace. Certifications are not really aligned with the current job roles and that job role in that particular industry as well. So we are going to talk about the real problems that the APAC is facing, and then we are going to talk about how these problems are being addressed. I would not say 100%, but to an extent where no one suffers with what we are doing right now, and no one suffers, and there is a big addressable market that really awaits in terms of how we can solve problems through helping our partners, as rightly mentioned by Shrishti as well in the initial first 10-15 seconds, that we are highly partner centric organization. We only work with partners to drive their revenue, and that has been our core job in the last 2.5 years. That has been what we have been doing it. We have about more than 200 plus partners in the last 2 years across APAC and EMEA, and then of course we have in Americas as well. So just to give some understanding on who we are, what we do, why we do what we do today, I would just take 1 minute. So I report to the CEO of the company, Mr. Russell Sardir, who happens to be the group CEO of all the companies that we have under Sardir INC. And AI Certs is one of the certification brand that happens to be where we have covered a complete spectrum of technical certification to non-technical certification. We launched our courses in the market in last 3 years, 2.5 years, I would say. And then very precisely, we have been able to scale it through our partner ecosystem. So there's a very systematic approach in terms of how we identify the partners, what kind of GTMs we customize for the partners, for their markets, and of course for that particular niche that they are taking care of. Because as I told you, that we cater to a spectrum from technical certification to a non-technical certification. When I say that, what I mean is that we cover from cybersecurity, cloud, quantum computing, data science, data analytics, business analytics, to if you are into AI for HR, AI for legal, AI for finance, AI for healthcare, AI for research. So we have about 75 plus courses, which are predominantly divided into technical and non-technical. Technical certifications are of 40 hours and non-technical are of 8 hours. So we will be able to explain it to you completely in terms of what we do, why we do, and how we are actually scaling up. Now I would just take first 10 minutes to give you a complete brief on predominantly what are the key problems that we have identified in the last 3 years of our journey with our partners. So of course, AI has a lot of issues right now with respect to governance. People think about model drifting. People talk about data annotation. People talk about training the models, and then of course people talk about the data privacy, which in itself is a bigger question right now. And that's one of the reasons we have seen multiple countries coming up with multiple governance frameworks, which can actually help an individual and of course the companies and enterprise to scale with the right approach. And that's where we have understood that if you talk about training provider, what are the key problems that they are facing, we have seen that scaling fast has its own pros and cons. Of course, quality goes for a toss if you scale fast, and then of course when you chase quantity, quality and quantity does not go hand in hand, which we have seen in the past. Of course, there is a solution to how we solve that problem. Then we talk about content becoming inconsistent because AI is growing at such a fast pace that every day we are seeing that there is a new tool that is being launched, and most of the tools will have top 2 or 3 features which are key differentiator from the other tools. So there are multiple tools that are being developed on a daily basis, and then of course every tool has its own application. So what we have also learned is that maybe APAC on a very high level would have not been a very strong infrastructure layer because of the investment issues with respect to what we have today. US has been far ahead with us with respect to only and only infrastructure layer. But when we talk about the application layer, we think and we have seen in the past 3 years, which is the brutal reality, that APAC has the highest level of putting things into an application layer where they are driving, they have the intelligence, they have innovation, and they are really creating applications which are very specific to certain use cases and that can be scaled down. So on a very high level, what I wanted to talk to you about is that scaling fast, of course, is something which is very important. No one wants to keep up with probably with the pace of how AI is growing right now. But then, of course, everyone wants to be a part of it. Everyone wants to do digital transformation using AI, but they don't know where to start from. And that's where we have understood that only having or doing training will not solve the problem. There needs to be a consultative arm to it. There needs to be a lot more hands-on, lot more hand holding through project management, through change management that needs to go if you really want to do enterprise wise AI adoption. So these are two important things that we understood. One is there are bigger problems that we have also we will deep down into, but then these are two major problems that we have seen. Every enterprise deal wants to accept and they want to scale fast. They want to launch A/B testing. They want to do pilot cohorts. They want to see the results. They want to hire instructors quickly. We have seen revenue growing into 3 to 5x in just 6 months. But whether that revenue is repeatable revenue or not, or it's a one-time revenue, is what we have also seen, that training companies have been facing issues, not just because of the delivery quality or because they are not able to keep up with the pace of AI as in content in itself, but also because of the approach that they have been following in the last 20-25 years. That's what we are currently changing with the kind of infrastructure setup that we have done for our partners, be it from be it from putting everything on one platform, from having a learner to go through the courses, to the learner going and writing an examination through a proctoring tool, to a learner getting the certificate or certification getting issued on our platform. We have built a complete one-hand solution for everyone. So Afrin, I would request if you can go on to the next slide, and if I can talk more in detail about what I want to say. So what if you didn't have to choose, right? I mean, as I recently mentioned, that most training providers think scaling and quality are mutually exclusive. They are not. Of course, if you see in theoretical way, it is that you cannot scale and then you can also not maintain the quality. There would be a drift. And that is one of the things that we are trying to solve with the kind of infrastructure that we have developed in-house for our partners. So why quality drops when you scale with AI cohorts? One is, of course, the content drift. Given that AI has come into play, content has become a commodity. But of course, keeping with the right pace of the content that is required and relevant for that particular, maybe, you talk about the cohort, is very important. It cannot be just random videos that you can create through AI and put it on the chat, put it on the LMS. It has to be well thought through. It has to be tested in the market. There has to be a framework that needs to go into to develop these courses, and that's what we try to do. So one is content drift. What we have seen is instructor inconsistency, which is where a quality of delivery to quality of intelligence to updating themselves on a daily, weekly, monthly basis is becoming very relevant, and it is very important for them to be relevant into the market. They have to keep upskilling. Then we talk about platform fragmentation, where we know that there are different LMS in the market. Someone learns somewhere, writes the examination in a physical setup which is run by Pearson or any other exam bodies. That's where we try to collaborate everything at one place, that you can learn at one pace with one platform, and then you can write the examination in that platform and earn the certification. And then of course compliance gaps. So there are multiple compliance gaps that we have identified in government or in APAC. If you talk about every country, Japan, you talk about Indonesia, you talk about India, any top 10 economies, if you put in, there have been multiple compliance frameworks that has been put in by government to use AI, so that there is a responsible use of AI. So I'll be talking about that in next 5 minutes. So when the quality collapse, we have also understood that there has to be a solution that we should be able to provide to our partners. And when we were actually scaling in the last 3 years, we have seen how the breakup really happens, right? I mean, in month 1 or 2, you have a strong start, and then of course from 50 learners you go to the 500 learners. From 500 learners, then you probably try to understand the quality and try to understand whether the real problem of upskilling the individual or the employee or the enterprise completely has really impacted to an extent, or is it something that is just related to training and a very transactional approach of getting money and then probably just giving them a service which is maybe has no value to it. So the brutal truth that we have been able to identify is that scaling without infrastructure don't just slow your growth, it also destroys the entire business that you have built. Of course, because then you start having bad success stories from your customers. You start getting into content quality. You start getting complaints from the customers related to content upgradation and other things as well. So now, why scaling in APAC is uniquely challenging? One, of course, we know that India has multiple languages. We speak Hindi, English, and of course, we have about 23 different languages. If you talk about Japan, very categorically, they speak Japanese. And of course, if you see complete APAC as a whole, there are multiple language barriers, and an individual would actually like to learn something in a way where they are able to absorb, assimilate, and then write down things in the way that they have understood. So it becomes very important and critical for us as a company to address this issue, that multi-language has become a mandate, and it's no more a fashion that you have to deliver training only in English. Of course, it's good to have, but if you really want to be a differentiator in the market, you really need to have that multi-language modality support. So if you talk about regulatory fragmentation, I just spoke about the DPDP Act that India has launched in 2023. We have mass AI risk management guidance. We have Japan has launched APPI. We have Indonesia, where separate certification has different compliance standards. So all in all, what we are trying to say is that the compliance network or the compliance framework that we have formalized in one particular market might not be very relevant to another market. And then scaling, of course, becomes a problem for the certification provider as well. How we really solve this problem? Instructor availability, again, a lot of other training companies would have trainers who are full time with us, or they do it on the contractual houses. They hire trainers basis on demand. They need trainer in different time zones. They struggle to find the quality of AI talent. Maybe someone who has trained in 2020 might not be able to keep up the pace with the intelligence that has gone down into right now in 2025. Now we are talking about agent orchestration. We are talking about multiple agents talking to each other. We are talking about increasing the productivity and not just using chat gpt as one of the only reason to say this is AI, right? I mean, there needs to be a layer beyond that which people are able to identify, and people are really keen on learning that as well. So of course there's a demand to it, and of course there are constraints while we want to address that demand. Rapid AI evolution, as you know, new frontier models released in the last, I would say, 4 years. I have seen personally, GPT 5.2, expert-led GPTs, Claude, Gemini, everything is growing, and the models are becoming mature, and the accuracy on those models has been one of the eye-catching feature, because that's where what you used to write before versus what you get right now when you prompt correctly has a lot of different meanings to it. So tools are getting constantly update using LangChain, AutoGen, Creo AI. Best practices are being shifting on quarterly, monthly, yearly basis. That's how the four problems that I would want to talk about specifically in APAC, and where we come in handy and how we solve that problem. So earlier we have understood that it takes a lot of time for a partner to really grow from 0 to 1, and we have also seen that some of the partners would like to be a differentiator with respect to their content in itself. They would be selling bread and butter in the last 12 years. Now how the jam of AI can come in and you can increase your profit margin is what everyone is thinking about, but how to do it right way, and time to market is going to be a critical metric to really have that market share initially, and then you build your brand out of it. That makes I think that is one of the most important metric that one needs to think through, that how you can be a differentiator, not just by reinvesting into content business, but reinvesting into hiring more sales folks, hiring more marketing folks, hiring more product folks, hiring more platform folks, and of course doing some change management, project management with the clients, so that they feel engaged, they feel collaborated, they feel that there is a certain level of consulting that goes into it and not just training. So this is pretty much that I wanted to talk to you about in terms of the traditional build that we have seen is 6 to 12 months finally is ready. With AI search, of course, just because I work for AI search, I don't want to say this, but realistically, we have seen from onboarding to enabling the partner, it takes about 6 good weeks where we train your trainers, we train your sales folks, we train your marketing team, we train your sales team, and we ensure that that training has an impact over your customers. And initially, you would get that traction to have that conviction in the product and what we are selling today. So I think no curriculum development needs to be done. We already have 60 plus role based certification that are industry aligned. What I mean by that is, if you are in HR into a manufacturing industry versus you are in HR into a software industry, it has a lot to do with the industry as well, not just with the role. So what are the key nuances that goes into the industry specific and role specific curriculum is what we have built. That is one of the reasons it's not easy to build 80 plus certification in just 1 or 2 years. So we have done that. Given we have a team of almost 900 people right now actively working on the project, from engineering to product to content to sales to marketing to finance to HR. No instructor hiring scramble, because we have a certified instructor network already in place. So if you are a solopreneur, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to really try out your hands on AI, and you feel that I cannot hire a trainer, we can have a trainer ready in certain certifications for you, where of course we are not a training company, so we would not be getting involved into a transaction with them. We would only be able to give you a platform where you can go and write, this is what I need a trainer with 10 years of experience into Gen AI. I have a training schedule in the next 3 weeks. I want this trainer. You directly deal with the trainer, and there's no involvement of AI search. So we have developed a platform again, which we call it as Trainify. So you can go on trainify.com and you'll be able to see, as soon as you pick up any topic, you pick the certification that AI Search offers, and on the basis of that, you'll be able to see that you'll have certified trainers coming in. Of course, they comes with a different cost, but that is something that you can discuss with them directly. Yeah. So Afreen, I think this is what I wanted to talk to them about this. Of course, we had a huge PPT. I don't want to bore everyone. I want to really interact with here who have joined. I don't want to waste time. I want to talk to you. What are the problems that you are facing, and how can we really get into the problems and solve that problem? So of course, this is going to be a monologue because we have 9 to 10, 15 odd people who have joined here. I would not be able to unmute everyone, but I would request, with folded hands, if you can just put it across on the chat, what are the questions that you will have, and we would be able to address those questions in this next 30 minutes. That would be something that we would be looking forward for. Of course, Afreen is there, who happens to be the head of partnerships in AI Search. She's been leading AI Search for about 2 years now, and she's the right person to talk to about what benefits do we offer versus what are the profit margins, what is the cost of the partnership, what are the different types of partnerships. If you are a solopreneur, how do you enroll? If you have a team of 10 or 100 odd people, how do you enroll? If you are an academic partner, you want to become an academic partner, since you roll out to a lot of training to academic institution, you can be an academic partner. So of course, I'm going to talk to you about this in the later part of it, but over to you, Afreen. I think you can talk to them about the timeline, cost, risk, and result, and how do we achieve that.
Absolutely. So, welcome everyone. We are almost, midway through the session. So, I really welcome and appreciate your time today with us. And I hope by the end of this session, this is insightful and, you're coming back to us, to talk and discuss about the partnership. So, thank you so much, Rahul. And I think you're absolutely right. I'm here to discuss the most important part of the session today. That is, how do we capture this gold mine of an opportunity? And I think Rahul very beautifully highlighted the kind of opportunity that exists when it comes to AI trainings and verifiable certifications across the APAC region. And what are the problems that and the challenges that are, training partners and training institutes across APAC are facing in terms of, quality, compliance. So we just spoke about all of that. So I'm here today to discuss on how we can capture this opportunity together. So, we have created a whole ecosystem for our partners. It's a complete market ready plug and play product for you, which will start immediate profits, right, for our training partners. And that's what we're looking at, scaling AI literacy together in the APAC region. This is the region that I believe personally, because I've been catering to this, like Rahul said, for over 2 years now. So I've seen the kind of impact, if we were having this session in 2024, I would say that, AI is just now in, the awareness phase in APAC, where people are getting to know about AI. But right now, the kind of growth we've seen across industries, the way AI has disrupted every industry as we speak, you just name it, healthcare sector, education sector, manufacturing sector, banking, finance, we have AI being leveraged across industries. And that's where there's a huge opportunity that presents itself, where there's a huge AI talent skill gap that we can fill through credible, verifiable AI trainings and certification. That's what stands our certifications apart. Right? We are the only certification body out there that is catering to a global audience and offering role-based certification programs, not just generic knowledge and skills on AI. It's, Copilot and ChatGPT is not the whole world of AI, as we all believe, right? But there are role specific AI tools, platforms. In fact, now the world has gone one step ahead. We're leveraging AI agents. So, how can you ethically leverage AI agents, tools, and platforms specific to your role, to your tasks, your functionality, to your industry? So, that's what stands out when it comes to our role based certifications, which is the need of the hour. Now, moving on how we can partner and how you can start offering AI trainings and certification programs to your audience, not in months, like Rahul just said previously, just a few seconds ago, but in weeks. So that's what we are here to discuss today, wherein we completely take away the timeline, the cost, and the risk that is associated to create your own in-house AI training programs, right? That involves a lot of time, it involves a lot of cost, a lot of manpower, a lot of resources, a lot of investment from a training partner's end to develop their own AI training programs. Now, great, you have your training program ready. Now you have to keep up with the pace of AI, with the kind of rapid updates that we see. We all use ChatGPT. I do personally as well for research, for writing mails. You can see that we're all using the version 5.2 right now. So we need to keep up with the pace of AI. Content needs to be regularly updated, relevant to the latest AI trends, right? So that's another risk associated, where once you've invested your time, your resources, your cost, your manpower to develop your programs, you need to constantly update it. So we remove the complete cost and the risk associated, and the time and the manpower that is associated to build your own programs. We have a huge team, a certification and advisory board and team of subject matter experts, industry experts, tech giants like Microsoft, academic experts who are all part of our certification team. Now, these are the people who, in compliance with ISO IEC 170242012 standards, we ensure that our certifications undergo a comprehensive process during the development of these certifications to maintain its quality, and we keep improvising our certifications, our curriculum, our content, and keep updating it every quarter. So we have a quarterly updation policy to keep up with the pace of AI. So we have the content ready for you, and we have with regular updates, right? So that's the first risk that we take away from our partners when it comes to to content creation when in the field of AI and updation, right? Now, moving on, let me go to the next slide. Of course, like I said at the start itself, we've created a complete market ready plug and play package for you. So it's a complete ecosystem that we've created for our partners. We are not just a certification body that is giving you the course and the content, but we ensure that we handhold our partners. We, like Rahul rightfully mentioned, and I would like to reiterate that because we are truly a partner centric and a partner first certification company. We work through and via our partners. We have a various kind of partnership models which Rahul spoke about. We will talk about that in just a couple of seconds. Moving on, where through these partners is how we scale AI literacy together across the globe. And we have the complete stack for you. There's nothing that you need to additionally invest as a partner to offer these certification programs to your audience. So not only this partnership opens up doors for our partners, to cater and offer AI trainings and certifications which are currently in high demand. It opens up additional revenue opportunities for our partner, adds more value to their current training portfolio by adding these courses, which are all role based. We have 70 plus certifications catering to both the technical and non technical audience. So it opens up doors for our partners to cater to a wider audience. So we have the content which is regularly updated, readily available for our partners. Plus, not just the content, we have credible, verifiable certifications. So we have the exams that is included as part of our certification program. So it's a bundled package wherein we offer the course and the exam together. So these exams, these certifications that your customers will receive are globally recognized. They're industry validated credentials. This is currently what corporates are seeking. They're looking for credible, verifiable, skilled professionals where they can validate the skills of that professional before they hire them. And these certifications exactly is what that does. These are basically verifiable credentials, globally recognized certifications, which customers can leverage to enhance their professional portfolio. So we have the content, we have the exam, and we have a complete go-to market strategy, setup, and ecosystem and support for our partners, right from providing co-branded marketing materials, co-branded course documents like flyers, forms, blueprints, social media success kits, webinar in a box. We have everything that you would need for promotions, for client presentations, for marketing, for your awareness campaigns, for demand generation, for digital marketing. So we provide you with all the marketing materials that you would need, which you could co-brand, you could put your logos on it, your contact information, and use it for your marketing. We have a dedicated resource for all our partners, a dedicated partner success manager, as well as a partner marketing manager who will sit with your marketing team. We will sit together as one team, as partners, understand your local regional nuances, and create and strategize marketing strategies that can create results. We do a lot of co-branded online joint marketing activities with our partners, online webinars, hackathons, masterclasses, to promote you as our partners, to create that awareness and that buzz about the impact of AI among your audience. So complete marketing support, complete sales enablement sessions and trainings for your sales team so that they can handle customer objections and inquiries when you start offering these courses in partnership with AI Certs, right? So what are the benefits? Of course, you get to launch AI trainings with credible, verifiable certifications, not in months and years, but in just weeks. You get ready-made, market-ready content for various job roles, industries, and functions, which is always updated. So the content that you deliver to your clients is never outdated. It's always in pace with the technological trends that's happening out there in the fields of AI and blockchain, which is emerging technologies that's currently in high demand. Of course, you have complete authority on the pricing of the instructor-led training delivery because, like Rahul said, we're not a training company. We work through our training partners. Our courses can be offered as self-paced e-learning, as instructor-led option. So you can offer both these options to your customers. And when it comes to the instructor-led option, our training partners decide the pricing and the mode of training delivery. So you have complete command on the pricing of your offerings. on our certifications, right? You get credible, portable certifications. You get certification programs that your clients can trust, that they can verify. You see verifiable results, and of course, you don't need to build your marketing strategies from scratch. We have the complete lead generation, demand generation support, marketing strategy support, co-branded marketing online activities that we do. That support we give you, a complete enterprise pitch we have completely ready. We help you with online webinars with our speakers. Give us your audience, give us the topic, and the first webinar is on us. This co-branding will just add more value and credibility. Now, this is one of my favorite slides of the entire, session today, which talks about or shows you the entire portfolio at a glance, right? So, we've recently added more certifications in the AI agentic field, which is currently now gaining a lot of traction and it's currently in high demand. We've added more certifications into the professional catalog as well. So currently we have 70 plus certifications, all role based, vendor aligned, and backed with industry validated, globally recognized certification. So we've broadly categorized them into two categories. Rahul spoke about that professional and technical courses, 8 hours and 40 hours duration each, catering to two different target audiences, completely non-technical in nature. For them are all our professional courses. Hey, you're in sales, you can leverage a lot of AI tools and platforms specifically for your sales. You're in marketing, you can leverage AI as well. AI is for everyone. And then we have the AI for techies for our technical certifications, like for data scientists, data analysts, AI in cybersecurity, AI in cloud computing, AI in quantum computing, AI in robotics, blockchain certifications, Bitcoin developer. So these are some of our certifications catering to every kind of audience, B2C, B2B, B2G, academic institutions. You want to offer this to schools, colleges, universities. You can offer this to any kind of audience. We have something catering to every audience, right? And we have the optional module. You have the complete LMS platform. We have our own LMS, like I said, the complete plug, promote, and then start making profits. So let's go with the first pillar, of course. How do you plug in? Everything is already readily available for you. The curriculum is there, the content is there, the global credibility of AI Search being a globally recognized US based certification body. So you have that credibility, the time to value where you're ready to start offering AI trainings and certifications in just weeks. A complete technology stack available where you have the content, you have the exam with the proctoring that is developed through our own AI labs. So we have another division which is part of Sardar Inc. called AI Labs, where we have Proctoring 365, which is an in-house AI-powered proctoring tool that we have developed, which can detect audio, text, speech, impersonalization, and ensures the credibility and fairness of the entire online exam. So the students or the learners need not be physically present for the online exam in any exam center. No, human supervision is required for the certification exam. You can also not just offer certification programs, you can also offer these proctoring tools to any of your clients who are outsourcing proctoring from third-party vendors. Of course, we give you the complete support system in terms of the onboarding process or the onboarding journey, as we call it, with our partners. By the end of the onboarding that you come out, our partners are fully ready to go out there and are enabled to promote, sell, and deliver trainings on our certification programs. We give you complimentary train the trainer program. It's completely complimentary as part of a partner benefit. You have completely instructor enablement, the resource library available for for our partners with all the marketing materials, the course documents, the sales battle cards for your internal sales team, complete instructor enablement with the instructor cheat sheets, session guides, the PPTs to present during the training delivery. So all the training delivery and prep materials will be provided apart from Train the Trainer, where we train and certify our trainers to deliver the training on the courses, because we highly value the quality of training delivery. So we ensure that we train and certify our trainers before they go out there delivering the training live for your audience. Of course, we give you multi-language support. One of the challenges that Rahul spoke about initially that training partners are facing currently in APAC is that we have a diverse audience, with various religions, cultures, languages. So that's where we come in, based on the scope, volume, field. Currently, we do have we do understand the need for multi-language support. So we started off with English. We now have all our courses in English and Spanish. We are in the phase where we are, having the courses now in the next phase where we're developing it in Arabic and French, which is, the next language that was currently in high demand. But we can support you with multi-language support when it comes to the content, the exam, in terms of the videos that we have and the exams. Based on the volume and scope, feel free to reach out to us so that we can assist you with local language support with localized delivery materials, right? And continuous content updates, continuous sales training for your sales team, marketing activities, promotions, PR activities. Then we do on a co-branded marketing activities, marketing materials. So complete support system is given to our partners to ensure that you succeed so that we succeed. Right now, of course, the complete assets is there. You have your complete partner portal where you can see, you have a complete dashboard which shows that how many learners you have enrolled so far, how many you've delivered the training, how many learners you have offered our certifications, whether self-paced, whether instructor-led. You can see the entire progress, track your learners' progress, and it will demonstrate the entire revenue, payouts, and your complete partner ROI. Right? We give you regional advantage. Of course, we help you with demand generation. We promote you as our partners, and we offer ready to use AI learning tracks, which are immediately market ready. Right. You can, and flexible packages, you can offer this to enterprises, you can offer this to, individual level. You can offer it as a self-paced option. You can offer it as an instructor-led option, whether face-to-face training, online virtual instructor-led training, maybe hybrid or blended training as per your client's requirement. So you can offer these certification programs and trainings as in flexible delivery modes based on your client requirement. We have something that we can offer to every team and department within an organization. So you can basically do an enterprise-wide AI literacy and training program by offering a certifications to enterprises, right? Starting from their sales team, marketing team, IT team, finance team, HR team, leadership team, project man, PMO team. We have certifications catering to every role, every department, every industry. Right. And the most, important discussion is, of course, how do we make profits? Flexible revenue models. Like I said, you can deliver our certifications as an instructor led. You have complete authority and discretion on what you price for the instructor led training. You can also launch the programs as self paced online e learning option. If in case you don't have trainers currently and you're looking to get in trainers in the near future, you can immediately start off offering our certifications as a self paced program, right? So partners come to me saying that, hey, Afreen, we don't have trainers right now. What do we do? We're looking to, onboard a full-time trainer in a month or two. So do we need to wait? But we think by then we're going to be too late to capture the market. The demand is now, the need is now. So what do we do? So you can launch our programs as a self-paced option until you scale your internal team or expand your internal team. And as I said, you can run corporate training deals. So this opens up opportunity for you to cater to a wider audience. Maybe you didn't have training programs previously where you had a requirement from a particular industry or from a particular segment of audience or a role. But now you have these role-based certification programs catering to technical and non-technical audience. So you can run a complete enterprise-wide corporate training programs and deals. You can offer these certifications in hybrid models, right? Maybe 40-hour certifications can be offered as 20 hours of self-paced learning and 20 hours of instructor-led training. And of course, we give you the opportunity to scale starting from one certification, and then you can expand and offer our entire 70 plus portfolio. As and when you start offering these certifications, you start getting demand from your customers and from your clients, you can start scaling up and expanding your portfolio, right? Go from one single market and then, hey, I'm working in UAE or I'm working in Jakarta. Maybe I want to now expand and offer these trainings across the globe or to the whole of Southeast Asia. I'm based in India, but now I want to offer, scale up or expand my market. So please feel free to do that because we do not restrict our partners geographically. You are free to offer trainings and as a self-paced or instructor-led trainings on our certifications to customers across the globe. Post-COVID, we've all seen the kind of shift in the training space when it comes to virtual instructor-led training. Now we've all become lazy. We don't like actually traveling. We like, the online trainings, the live virtual trainings have gained a lot of demand among audiences. And that does not restrict you geographically. You can offer trainings live, remotely from anywhere. So that's why we don't restrict our partners. Feel free to offer these certifications to anyone across the globe. Start off with your current region of operations and then expand to multi markets and multiple regions, right? Of course, we are here. Look at us as your extended team. Feel free to reach out to us. Build recurring revenues. We will have regular monthly, quarterly business reviews with our partners to ensure that they are succeeding in the partnership. We are looking at a long-term win-win partnership. So I really request if 2026 in your 2026 training roadmap, AI trainings with credible certifications is something that you're looking at. I would really request, like Rahul said, with folded hands, please do not wait. Feel free to reach out to me or to anyone in the AI Search team. We'll be happy to discuss this in more detail on how we can support you. Right. And of course, the margin structure is completely yours. You earn per learner, per certification enrollment. You can scale margins. You get discounted pricing on our course, on our certification programs as a partner. That's another partner benefit of becoming a training partner with us. And of course, the higher margins and volume enrollments you do, the lower the pricing gets and higher the margins that you have to play with. There's no royalty, there's no partnership or joining or sign up fee or annual renewals with us. Of course, multiple revenue streams for you to offer this as an instructor led, self paced to enterprises, to governments. So you can offer this to a wide audience. And of course, the competitive advantage. Not just offer trainings on AI, but offer global certifications as well, which is like the icing or cherry on the cake, right? So not only are your customers going to get trained or going to get skills in AI based on their roles, which is currently in high demand, but they're also going to get a validation or a proof of those skills in the form of our certification. So only if the customers pass the exam, they get the certificate, right? So they have verifiable, credible, globally recognized certifications. You can start delivering these trainings on AI, which is in demand currently in just weeks. So you get to capture the market before your competitors, right? You command premium pricing on your on the options that you deliver to your customers. You handle customers completely as the training partner. We as AI Search only at the back end ensure that our deliverables will be to enroll your customers into the course and the exam and to issue the certificate, right, which is through blockchain. So it's tamper proof. It comes with a unique QR code. So you can instantly scan the QR and verify and validate the document. So issuing the certificate and enrolling your customers into our LMS to access the course and the exam for a year, it's a 1 year subscription, is our deliverables. You handle your customers, you invoice them, you collect payments from them, you keep your margins, you price them as you seem fit. Right? So there's no operational risks, no risk of curriculum content creation and updation. Right. Of course, moving on to the AI Search Partners ecosystem. And then I think I'll pass on the mic for Rahul to conclude. It would be the right thing to do because he started off with letting us know on exactly how. We need to capture this opportunity, why we are here, and how we can assist you. We have an ambitious mission. Russell has, our CEO has told us to, by 2035, that's the timeline he's given us, at least to certify 1 billion learners. And we're doing that through our partners. We'd love for you to be a part of our global partner ecosystem based on your business model. So we have different kind of partner ecosystems and partnership models. So I'll let me know if you'd like me to do this or you'd like to.
I can take it up. First of all, I would really take few names who have been very engaging in the chat. So, people, if you're liking this webinar, I would just appreciate if you can make some emoticons. You can put something there. It would be great. I think Hafiza, Boyle, John, Cheryl, Lawrence, Romeo, you have been very key listeners to us. They have asked a lot of questions around the pricing. I'll address that as well. One of the things that I wanted to talk about is pricing and why I wanted to pick that up before I even enter into AI search partner ecosystem is because, as I told, we have not been dependent in the last 3 years on any third parties like Credly. We have not been dependent on proctoring for any Pearson certifications or for Pearson as a whole ecosystem. We have created everything on our own, and that's one of the reasons penetrating the market with the right pricing has been our key GTM as well. And that's one of the reasons, if you see the pricing that we have right now, it is completely based on the tier, and we have divided every country into 4 different tiers: tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. For an example, India comes under tier 4, Indonesia comes under tier 3, America comes under tier 1, Singapore comes under tier 1. So it depends upon the buying propensity, the GDP, and of course the value against the dollar. We have created that, and we will be sharing that with all of you once we have a one-on-one meeting with Afreen. I think Afreen is handling over the complete head of, she's the head of partnership. Her team is taking care of it. So once everything goes well, we will be able to share the pricing as well. But I would be telling you that the pricing at the moment is almost 35 to 40% lesser than our competitors. And one of the reasons is because we have built complete infrastructure on our own. We have not been dependent on any of our any of our third parties. Of course, there are 4 different types of partnership that you see right now on the screen. One of the major partnerships that we do across APAC and of course other countries as well, in the part of the world, we do authorized training partner partnership, which is specifically where you have a training team, you have trainers, you have sales team, you have marketing team, you have at least 20-25 odd people. You become an authorized training partner with us. Now there are multiple benefits that you get in authorized training partners. Of course, you get the right pricing, you get your customer success manager, you get your partner marketing manager, you get 2 dedicated people who would be working alongside for the next 1 year with you to ensure that you keep selling the certifications, and you drive the penetration through these 2 strong individuals. Then we have academic alliance partner, where if you have been a training company who has been into academic partnerships, or if you yourself are an academic and institutional entity altogether, you can partner with us under academic alliance partnership. Then the third one is more in terms of association partner. If you are a council, you are an association in itself, about 20,000 and more people working for the association, or maybe 5,000 and more people working for the association, then you become an association partner. And then we have affiliate partners. So if you are a solopreneur, you don't have a team, but you want to earn benefits out of it, that's where you keep selling through our stores, and you keep getting the margins on whatever you sell on a monthly basis. So that's pretty much about what we do today and how we partner with our partners. But majority of it goes only and only into the authorized training partners. That's the one, because that's the one where we are also able to generate a lot of revenue for our partners, because there are 2 dedicated individuals. One is partner marketing manager and customer success manager, dedicatedly for them. Now what you see on the screen right now is apparently the reporting structure of how we have. So we have basically 3 important portals. One, we call it as learner management system. We call it as learner portal. We have partner portal, which you see on the screen right now. And then we have trainer portal. So partner portals enable the partners to see the logistics of what is happening in the ecosystem of that particular country, right? I mean, how many partners are there in the country, who is doing what, how many sessions we have done in the last 3 months, how the reportings look like, what are the key nudges that you need to push in, how do you register our students on our platform, so that you just have to click that I want to register 3 students in AI certifications, and that's where our support team will unlock the 3 credentials for your team members or for your customers, and they get the credentials at one place. So access to the full course catalog. Second most important thing is you get all the marketing material in one place. So all the co-branding materials that you would need to publish a webinar, to publish any blog, you will have everything in one place, which is called as partner portal. You can track every learner's progress, what is the screen time, what is the completion time, what is the successful number, what are the key certifications are in demand in that region, all of that. Then you talk about monitoring your revenue and payouts. That also is being managed only here. So I think it's one step solution for everything that we do today, from managing your from learners to reporting structure to managing your monitoring your revenue and growth, monitoring your, or maybe utilizing your marketing materials. Everything comes very handy in just one click, and that is to through a partner portal. Yes, Afreen. I think this is pretty much what I wanted to talk about, and these are the ways to become a partner. Of course, the first is to choose your AI search programs, whether you want to be a technical partner or you want to be a non-technical partner, or you want to be a hybrid partner. What I mean by that is, now if I am a training company, I offer cybersecurity solutions, but I have nothing in cyber as AI plus cybersecurity. I go to AI search and say I want to only sell cybersecurity in AI or AI plus cybersecurity. You give me all the security courses that you have, I'll keep selling that. Now, if I'm the person selling cybersecurity, I can also say that I want to sell AI plus legal as well, because cybersecurity and legal works hand in hand. I want to sell AI yours, and I'm already selling EC councils or anyone's AI security already. So you can merge those two and then sell it together. So you have to select whether you want to be a technical partner, you want to be a non-technical partner, or you want to be a hybrid partner where you will keep taking the courses from us, be it technical, non-technical together, or only non-technical or only technical, basis your approach and go-to-market strategy. Then we have stage two, which is localized multilingual delivery. So we will help you with key nuances, key case studies. We will help your trainer to get trained in the right way. We do a lot of train the trainer programs, which are mandatory for partners, trainers to go through. There are strict 3 to 4 checks that happens so that the partner is completely ready. And then, of course, they are ready to deliver the training. If I talk about stage three, it is a seamless onboarding wherein you get access to multiple portals, you get access to the sales team, you get access to the marketing team, and of course, everything, right? Then we have a launch marketing and demand generation. We have co-branded webinars that we do as soon as you get onboarded with us. The first thing that we do is, Afreen pointed out, that we do one webinar completely free for you, where we brand and we market your your product with our product together into your markets and to your customers, so that you initially get the traction leads and then you can close the deals. Then of course you have your first delivery cohorts basis what you have closed the deals, you go and deliver the course. For that we do a lot of preparation, we train your trainers, we do self-teach sessions, we see the quality of delivery, we ensure that the trainer is completely well versed with the content, and then of course the trainer does the delivery. And then of course last is scale to enterprise and government deals. That is of course the last part of it, where you can go into volume based deals. So I think that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about in terms of AI literacy and how we are solving that problem through enterprise solutioning.
Absolutely, Rahul. So I would also like to conclude the same, that yes, the opportunity is here, the demand is here, and I think you guys need to reach out to us. Our team will, anyways, of course, reach out to you, but please feel free to reach out to me, our team. We'd be more than happy to assist you with more details about the tier-based pricing, about the entire partnership framework, the onboarding journey that we have for our partners, and what is the kind of 2026 partner enablement plans that we currently have for our partners. For demand generation, we're giving away some complimentary certifications. Feel free to reach out to us, for those details as well. So we have a great Q1 2026 partner enablement plan right now that's happening throughout Jan, Feb, and March for our partners who are going to enroll with us as our ADPs. So feel free to reach out to us for more details. I'm really looking forward to connecting with all of you all, and thank you once again. Wishing you all a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone. Thank you.
Over to you.
Thank you, Afreen and Rahul, for such insights. I would quickly like to share with the audience that we have all the links and all the contact information in the chat box for you guys. If you have any questions, any doubts, please feel free to drop them in the chat box. We'll be taking them up quickly. I'll just quickly go with one question, Afreen. If you could just help us understand the immediate next steps that we should follow and how quickly can we enroll into this program?
Absolutely. So, how quickly you are ready to start off, we are ready to support you there. But what are the next steps is immediately you can reach out to our team. If Shish, you can just put in my official email ID itself, and we could just immediately connect over a virtual Teams meeting, and we could take the discussion forward. So that would be the next step immediately, to reach out to us so that we can discuss and share the proposal for collaborations with you. And of course, if it sounds all good, we can continue immediately. So we are ready immediately as soon as you are ready to start off with the partnership. So the
Thank you.
answer would be as soon as you are ready.
Thank you, Afreen, for answering this. With that, I think we are towards the end of the session. And if in case, again, I'll let the audience know that if in case you have any doubts or any questions, please feel free to reach out to us and we'll be happy to assist. And a big thank you to all the people who participated today for being such an engaging and amazing audience. Thank you once again, everyone.
Thank
Your
you.
participation certificate and recording of the session will be shared with you shortly, and we look forward to stay connected with you guys. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day ahead.